But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get as much wax on here as possible in the sense of what I need, and then I'm going to make everything flat and flush and wipe off any excess. And I want to melt and then roll off the melted wax sticks, melted wax onto the surface. And I'll show you why in a second here. Okay, and it's going to get a little bit, come on. Why do they even bother selling these things when they don't even freaking work? Unbelievable. This might work. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit more. I'm going to add some up here and here. I'm just kind of doing this in fast forward mode. Okay. That way you don't have to struggle with getting enough on your palette knife or spatula, whatever. And once this dries, it goes quite hard. So, all right. So now, no, let's talk. What? There's a dog hearing it now. Sorry. Okay, so now I'm gonna heat up my spatula knife. Okay, this is how I'm gonna smooth things over. You can see it's. I'll try to get my hand out of the way. Okay. All right. Just removing this off my putty knife. Now I'm going to warm it up. This does get quite hot, so you just got to really watch your fingers when you're doing all this. Okay. So you can see it's just making. Starting to cool off. It cools off quite quickly. Now I got these spatulas at a place up here in Calgary. We get them out at Lee Valley, and these go down to like a thousandth of an inch in thinness, and I use it quite often, especially.
You can order it off Amazon.
You can, eh? Good. Okay. So, yeah, what we're trying to do is recreate texture right now. Everything's texture-wise, we're flat, so we have to make everything flat. So in the reflection of light, you don't see any odd shaped. And I'm going to work away from the edge here. Okay, so that way. Okay, so in the reflection of light that Anne's showing you, it looks pretty good, pretty nice and flat. It's not ready to go yet, but now I'm just going to shear this. Okay. I should just keep it nice, and I'm just going with this cross grain. Okay, and now that's actually quite flat. And then when I do the same thing here, that will be nice and sharp and pointed. And then I'm just going to match this little round over here that it feathers into each other. Okay, so I'm just going to take the heated part. I'm just going to pull this down. I'm smoothing it over right now. You gotta really watch your fingers, so this is going to get quite hot. You just got to be patient when it comes to this. And we're trying to remove some of the wax that we don't need. And sometimes just conserve on my wax. Usually I just make a ball of wax as I'm doing this, and then I just put it on the end of my stick. But just for demonstration purposes, to keep things nice and short, I'm just gonna wipe it off. Okay, so now when I start getting close, I got to be careful. I don't want to take too much off, because otherwise I don't want this dipping into the crevice that's already there underneath. So just like here, I use the whole spatula to maintain my flatness, which I'm going to show you right now. Okay, I'm just gonna, the heat of it, it's getting a little warm on the tip there. I'll try to keep that. I'm gonna heat up the middle portion, but of course metal's a conductor of heat, so it will spread. Okay, so you can see the different things there. Okay, so now I'm just gonna I'm gonna go on the negative angle. Okay, and I'm just gonna smooth it up like that. Okay. All right. I'm just kind of shearing it on an angle. Okay. You just kind of manipulate it until it gets its shape. That's feeling quite flat. Now I'm just going to look down at the reflection of light. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that down straight.
The good part about using the waxes is if you make a mistake, you can just do it again.
Yes. That's very true. You always try to do things on their first try, but some repairs are more difficult than others. Okay, you can actually see that, and I'll go forward like that. Okay, that goes away. Everything that you see here that's smooth, that's smeared all around, will go away when I finish with it. Okay, so I'm just gonna drag this down, softening up the wax. Okay.